Welcome back to Ed and Family. It's been a while. That's life. Today's video, I thought I'm gonna do a bit of a homage to Ed and Lorraine Warren. It's people that inspired myself, and in fact I think inspired a lot of people to do ghost hunting and things like that. I know for one, with the cleansings and exorcisms, they inspired me to do what Dead and Zanzi does, and not just investigate, but actually go into that, the cleansing part of it. So this video is just to it's the 10 most haunting cases investigated by Ed and Lorraine Warren. So we're going to look at the first one. The Perron family. Now, in 1970, the Perron family moved to an old farmhouse in Rhode Island. It wasn't long before their dream became a total nightmare. Basically, Ed and Lorraine went and investigated the home and discovered that the woman was a 19th century witch named Bathsheba. I think we all remember that from the one movie where she went and hung herself and so on. I know Hollywood added a lot of dramatic cases to it, but it was a true case. And then thankfully they got rid of that specific case. And then we're going to go to number 9, Annabelle. Everybody knows Annabelle. The movies were pretty much, they added some Hollywood theatrics to it. Where their car broke down on that road and it was pushed into the road. They did in fact break down, but he wasn't pushed to the road and stuff. That I think personally is one of the more well-known Ed and Lorraine Warren cases. Is the Annabelle doll. Very interesting doll that actually can be viewed at the museum that is currently still running. Then the Skiddanker House. Skiddanker House. Sorry about that. Skiddanker House. So I'm reading off of something because it was such a lot. In 1986, the Skiddanker family moved to New York and Connecticut. So they could be closer to the hospital and retreating. It was formerly a funeral home, and then they made a chilling discovery. After renovations to the house were complete, they entered the basement for the first time. There she found embalming equipment and body tags with names of the deceased. The family soon realized that the house was infested with demons. Coleman witnessed the water of the mop bucket turning a different color. That must be something to witness. She recalled the mop water was blood red. I mean, a deep deep red that made her skin crawl. Ed and Lorraine Warren assisted in performing an exorcism in the house, which has brought closure to the family since then. No future paranormal activity has been recorded there, or has occurred there. Quite interesting, that one. Then, of course, the Anfield Poster, we all know about that one. That was also a movie made about it between 1977 and 1979. The daughter Jeanette began speaking in that deep voice and all of that. We all know that one from the Conjuring videos, movies. For me, that was a brilliant series in any case of movies. The theatrics was added onto it, but most of which was true. But yes, attention-seeking behavior, and then all of that. Then the Donovan family. Now this one bugs me a little bit. In the early 70s, Ed and Lorraine Warren met with a terrified Donovan family in their house. On arrival, the Warrens witnessed loud pounding coming from inside the walls, peeling wallpaper, water running blood red, and beast-like noises echoing throughout the home. That must be blood-curdling, honestly. The Warrens questioned the Donovan family. They purchased any unusual, they asked if they purchased any unusual items, antiques, things like that. That is very important. Some antiques, if you do buy them, have them cleansed before the time, because something could attach to it. But in any case, then they found out that their teenage daughter, who died their teenage daughter used a Ouija board to communicate with a teenage boy who died in the neighborhood 10 years earlier. The spirit never revealed his name to Patty, and the Warrens knew that it was not that little boy, but a demonic presence. Now, I'm just going to stop right there. This is where it comes to the Ouija board and the whole thing around the Ouija board. I am pro Ouija board, but again, like we did in our Halloween special, the part 1, there's certain things you have to do. The protection spell, well, not protection spell, but the protection you have to do on the Ouija board. If you don't do that kind of thing, you are gonna have, in plain simple English, you're gonna have shit. Please, if you do use it, use a protection, have the right intentions to it, don't. But in any case, the Warrens got a priest to come out following an exorcism. Life inside the Donovan home slowly returned to normal. Ted, Donovan's brother, but the witness said that it was weirdly terrifying, the happenings of it, just because stupid kids with Ouija boards. Then we got number 5, the Small family. In 1974, the Small family went through their own personal hell after moving to West Pittston, Pennsylvania. Okay, paranormal activity began when their home renovations were found to be destroyed. All the new wallpaper was torn, An odor filled the whole house, in every room. Disturbing voices were heard throughout the house. Janet even revealed that she was molested one night while she slept by one of these maleficent spirits. That is, strange enough, more common than people think. I've had cases and heard of cases of sexual spirits. But anyway, let's get to the next one. Okay, well, what happened there was they contacted them, an elderly woman who was harmless. Okay, there was 4 spirits in the house. An elderly woman who was harmless, an old man who had died in the home, a young violent girl, and a demon controlled the other spirits that turned them against the family. In 1987, the family decided to leave the house for good. 2 years later, the church sanctioned an exorcism on the house, and the property has been cleared of all activity ever since. Another an exorcism on the house. That's where, I don't know, they seem to have always ended up with demonic presences. I'm not dissing them because I do love the Warrens. Well, may they rest in peace. But damn. Now, I don't know if it's just me, but the state sounds pretty demonic. I'd love to go there. I'd love to do a whole like tour of the states to do that. But okay, let's go for... Ooh, wait. Something's happening here. The Demon Trial. This is number 4 on their list. Sorry about the dogs. We've got unruly things. In 1981, a 19-year-old fatally stabbed his landlord, 40-year-old Alan Bono, with a pocket knife more than 20 times. It was the first murder that had occurred in the Brooklyn. What? Not Brooklyn. Brookline, Connecticut. Connecticut sounds like a damn evil place that I want to go to. In 193 years, so the first one in 193 years. Wow. Shortly before the murder, Jason had moved in with his girlfriend and brother David, who claimed to have been tormented by a demon. The family of the Johnson's girlfriend called for help of Ed and Lorraine Warren. They performed an exorcism on David, which successfully expelled 42 demons in his body. Holy crap. 42 demons possessing one person. I'm sorry, but that guy must have gone through hell. But again, demonic possession. Ed and Lorraine dealt more with demonic presences than the normal hauntings that we would go to. I would like to do an exorcism. Yeah, I'd love to do an exorcism. I'd love to get and try and study some more about demons, you know, why, but yeah. Okay. Now, funny thing about this story is they performed an exorcism, successfully expelled 42 demons in his body. During the exorcism, Johnson dared the demons to enter his body instead. Oh my word. So when they were performing this exorcism, it actually went from one person from David, who had the 42 demons. And because Johnson dared the demon to possess him, he did. And a month later, with no history of violence, the guy killed his landlord, stabbed him 20 times with a pocket knife. The court claimed that he was not guilty by reason of demonic possession. However, he was found guilty of first-degree manslaughter and received a sentence of 20 years. Wow. Yeah, demonic possession is not gonna go down in court. And he only served 5 due to good behavior. The Union Cemetery. Okay, there were accounts of a white lady who haunts the Union Cemetery, again in Connecticut. It is known as one of the most haunted cemeteries in the United States. Now that's another... I've got to go to Connecticut. Damn. Okay, anyway, the white lady has also been seen walking in front of people's cars as they drove on Route 59 late at night. Concerned drivers believed they had hit a person and then nobody was there. The white lady name came from an eyewitness that says she was in a wedding dress. So, okay. In 1990, Ed and Lorraine Warren set up their cameras in the cemetery to record the investigation. Shortly after 2:40 a.m., they heard the sound of a woman weeping and a female form had begun to manifest and then move several feet in their direction. As Edge approached the woman, she vanished from sight. Nowadays, the cemetery is known to close after sunset. Yes, that would explain if it's the most haunted, but most haunted, you only got one ghost there. I wouldn't call it the most haunted. Number 2, this is one that actually fascinated me. The demonic werewolf in London. Now, for this one I'm gonna just move the laptop a bit closer, yeah. What I'm gonna do is this one really, I love it. Bill Ramsey was considered living proof that werewolves really do exist. Now we're getting supernatural stuff. Born in Southend-on-the-Sea in England, Ramsey recalled an event in childhood which left him feeling strange. Before a powerful rage came over him, he was unable to uproot an entire fence. As an adult, he would witness his face transforming into a wolf and his hands twisting into claws. Ed and Lorraine became involved went in London, and then they spoke to police officers, reported being attacked by a werewolf. Ed said, and this I'm going to now quote directly from this, "This was the first case of lycanthropy, whatever, transformation we had ever come across. I interviewed the police officer that were actually attacked by the man. Now his hands about, now he's, this bull guy stands about 1.7 meters, or 5'7", with a weight of about 68 kilograms, which is 150 pounds, so he's a little bit shorter than me, about the same weight. But he could take some of these police officers that were 1.8 meters and much heavier than him, and would throw them around like they were sticks. In 1989, the Warrens convinced Ramsey to come to the States, to a church in Connecticut, to undergo an exorcism. During the event, Ramsey's face contorted, and he actually launched himself at the exorcist. When all was calm, exorcism was successful, and since there has been no incidents recorded. Now, that is funny, because a werewolf, I mean, what's the odds? And I wish I had actually been able to witness that. An actual werewolf. I've heard of dogmen and stuff like that, but an actual werewolf, that's pretty cool. And then everybody who knows the Amityville horror. I'm not even going to go into that because we all know the story. Ed and Lorraine Family, like I said, these are people that I actually looked up to. They were pioneers for investigators. And they were pioneers for people like Ed and Lorraine that does cleansings and exorcisms and things like that, to do what we do. And this is just to say that if they were still alive today, I would like to face tell them thank you. Thank you for what you've done. Yeah, I'd love, if I ever get the chance to do it, I'd love to go to their museum. I know there is a guy, I don't have his name now, I am crap with names. But that actually runs the place. He also does YouTube videos. If I can find the name and the link, I'll add it in the descriptions. That talks about Ed and Lorraine Warren. He loves them on a personal level. But yeah, I would love to go there. I know they have an instance where a satanic priest was in the forest, and a guy came across one of their idols, and yeah, the guy told Ed about it, and Ed went to the spot, got the thing, put it in there, and not very long after, Lorraine got very, very ill. And it was because of that satanic priest that actually kind of cursed her. But guys, this is paying homage to Ed and Lorraine Warren, pioneers for us. And I'm sure all investigators would say at some point, Ed and Lorraine, they look up to them. So guys, from Dead and Zanzi, stay safe, and comment on the video. If you have any more cases that we can maybe look into, please put it down in the comments. Give a thumbs up or a thumbs down, sub to the channel, share it. Guys, all your help is appreciated. And I just want to say thank you to all the subs that we do have. I love you guys all. Deb and Zanzi, all you people have become like family to me. And I'm going to do my best to produce more content. Maybe I really want to push a video every week, but often it's very difficult because of work and certain things. For those people that aren't in South Africa doesn't have that many places that we can just go and visit. It's a little bit more complicated in South Africa. There's not that many abandoned buildings and things like that, and when you do have abandoned buildings, there's a lot of homeless people and drug addicts that make life very difficult for somebody. So guys, again, thank you to everybody. I love you guys, and check you guys in the next one.
Ed and Zanzi.